Good morning, all. Today, we're starting a new chapter, infrared spectroscopy. While discussing the regions of spectrum, we have go through the infrared spectroscopy. We know that it is associated with the vibrational spectroscopy. In that case, we just mentioned the different vibrations of carbon dioxide molecule. We discussed the symmetric stretching, asymmetric stretching, and bending mode. Now we go in detail of the vibrational spectroscopy or the infrared spectroscopy. In the chapter infrared spectroscopy, we have to discuss the vibrational energy of an anharmonic oscillator, diatomic molecule, IR spectra, spectral transition and selection rules, the example of HCl, Born-Oppenheimer approximation, vibration rotation spectra of diatomic molecule, and the last, instrumentation for infrared spectroscopy. So first we discuss the vibration energy of anharmonic oscillator. Have you the idea about harmonic oscillator and anharmonic oscillator? Have you studied in mechanics? Just consider the oscillation of a mass connected to a stretched spring of force constant K, whose other end is fixed. Here we consider the mass of this quantity as small, and here the spring as a spring constant K, and it is fixed at this end. Okay, it is fixed at this end. Then we studied in mechanics that if we neglect the friction, the mass will constitute an harmonic oscillation, and the energy stored. In this case, the potential energy stored in this case must be equal to half into k x square, where x is the displacement from the equilibrium position. Okay, or in it is in one dimensional case. In three dimensional case, it is in one dimensional case. Then we write half into k into let it be in any direction. Then it must be equal to what is x here? It is the displacement from the equilibrium position. Okay. Then I write here it is something like this. Okay. Or in generalize, we can write this way. If R is the distance from or the displacement from the equilibrium position, or it must be is equal to what? It is equal to half k into r minus r equilibrium whole square. Okay, so is this quantity is the energy, then we know that what will be the frequency associated with, then this mass will constitute a simple harmonic motion with omega is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi root of k divided by m. Here we write the expression for frequency. In the mechanics, we use omega for angular frequency and f for linear frequency. But here we express the fundamental frequency as omega, or it is omega divided by 2 pi from the mechanics. Just it is the expression for the frequency, 1 divided by 2 pi root of k by m. Now we extend the example to a system of two masses, m1 and m2, connected by a spring of spring constant k. It is analogous to a diatomic molecule, where the spring is its bond. We know that the bond will stretch and compress. Okay, then this is also something like the above case. Then what is the difference? Okay, we have discussed the diatomic molecule, rigid rotator. In the case of rotation spectroscopy, then we have discussed that a two-body problem can be converted into a one-body problem by replacing the mass with reduced mass. That is, if we simplifying, or if we introducing a reduced mass of the two-body problem as mu. Mu is equal to what? Mu must be equal to m1 m2 divided by m1 plus m2. Okay, so we can express the above expression. We can rewrite the above expression as simply this way: 1 by divided by 2 pi root of k divided by, in place of m we substitute mu. So it must be the expression of frequency. It is equal to 1 divided by 2 pi root of k by mu, where mu is the reduced mass of the system, which is given by mu is equal to what? m1 m2 divided by m1 plus m2. This is similar to a diatomic molecule. Okay. Have you studied the harmonic oscillator in quantum mechanics? Isn't it? What is the energy level obtained for an harmonic oscillator? It is familiar to you. That is, the energy must be equal to, we have studied in terms of the quantum number n. It must be the expression E is equal to, En is equal to n plus half h nu, isn't it? N plus half h nu, where nu is the frequency. Here we say that we use omega instead of nu. Okay, if we write in terms of h cross, we will write h cross omega, where h cross is equal to what? H cross is equal to h divided by 2 pi. Okay, then this omega, it is equal to 2 pi nu. Omega is equal to 2 pi nu. But here in spectroscopy, we use V as the, it is V. Okay, E of V is equal to, it is corresponding for the vibrational energy. So we write EV is equal to V plus half H omega. Okay, then it is in joule. To express the energy in centimeter inverse, what we have to do? We have to divide the energy in joule by Hc. Then for converting into wave number, we divide it by Hc. Then I write V plus half nu bar. Then what will be nu bar? Nu bar is equal to, what will be nu bar? Nu bar is equal to what? Look at the expression. Nu bar must be equal to, sorry, not nu bar, it is omega bar. Omega bar is equal to omega by C. H cancelled out. Okay. Then if this is the energy, then the lowest energy, lowest vibrational energy must be for V is equal to 0. The lowest value of the vibration quantum number, the lowest value of this energy must be for V is equal to 0. Then E0, the lowest vibrational energy, E0 or epsilon 0 is equal to 1 by 2 omega 0 bar. Okay, this is known as, what is this energy is called? The lowest energy of the harmonic oscillator. It is 0 point energy. This is known as the 0 point energy. The selection rule for harmonic oscillator undergoing vibrational change is delta nu, delta V is equal to, delta V is equal to plus or minus 1. Delta V is equal to plus or minus 1. That is the selection rule for the harmonic oscillator. So the difference between the energy levels gives directly the wave number of spectral lines absorbed or emitted. Because look at the expression. We have the expression for energy as we write the expression of energy. Look at here. The expression of energy EV is equal to V plus half omega bar. Then I write here we find the energy. I write the value of V here and the energy here. Okay. So V is equal to 0. It is the lowest one. Then it must be equal to 1 by 2 omega bar. Then V is equal to 1, 3 by 2 omega bar. Then V is equal to 2, 5 by 2 omega bar. And for V is equal to 3, 7 by 2 omega bar. Then we know that the transition is taking place when there is a difference between V, the value of quantum number V 1. Okay, then the transition is possible from these two levels, 1 0 and 1 2 and 2 3. Okay, then look at here. If the transition is taking place between 2 and 3, what will be the difference? 7 by 2. If a emission taking place, higher to lower transition is occurred, then 3 to 2. Okay, then the transition 3 to 2, what kind? It must be an emission. Okay, then it will emit what energy? 7 by 2 minus 5 by 2 omega bar. It must be omega bar. Then consider this is the plus 1 case. The delta V is plus 1 and delta V is minus 1 for what? It is for abs. Sorry, delta V is minus 1 for emission and plus 1 for absorption, because we have to write delta V is equal to what? V final minus V initial, isn't it? Final minus initial. Then 3 minus 2. Then it is plus 1. The final V value is 3 and the initial is 2. The transition is from 2 to 3. 2 to 3 means it is absorption. Okay, then plus 1 is for absorption and minus 1 is for emission. The transition is 3 to 2. That means 2 minus 3, that is equal to minus 1. Okay, then the difference between energy levels gives directly the wave number of spectral lines absorbed or emitted. Now we analyzing the vibration of the diatomic molecule. It is similar to that we discussed two masses connected by a spring. Look at this figure. Okay, it is the equilibrium position and this is vibrating. But here in this figure, two graphs showing. Okay, then we know that if it is stretching more and more, what will happen? The bond will break. Then we termed it as it is what we call it as it is ionized. If it is a diatomic molecule, for example, it is H2, then it will formed as two hydrogen atoms. Okay, This vibration of this diatomic molecule, if we choose the expression as in the previous case, we write the expression of the energy as, in the classical case, we write it as 1 by 2 K into R minus R equilibrium whole square. It is something like, it represents a parabola, isn't it? Okay. So if two masses M1 and M2, they connected by a spring of spring constant K, then it is the energy. It is simply, it's like a parabolic path. Its potential energy curve must be a parabolic path. But in the case of a diatomic molecule, it is not. Just go through it. Okay. This is showing in this figure. Okay. Here, it is the red one is the approximation for a diatomic molecule, and the bluish one, the blue one is the actual potential energy of a diatomic molecule. Okay, that curve is called Morse curve. We give it the name Morse because due to his name. The scientist Morse proposed that the diatomic molecule vibrates in such a way that its potential energy is not on simple harmonic type, but it is given by E is equal to D equilibrium into 1 minus exponent of A into R equilibrium minus R whole square. Okay, where A is a constant for a particular molecule and dEq is the dissociation energy. Okay, so this potential energy is proposed by Morse. So we call it this curve, potential energy curve, as Morse curve. Okay. So look at these two figures. The red one is the approximated curve of the diatomic molecule, but the blue one is the actual curve. Okay. Then this energy is called, it is the dissociation energy. If the energy is greater than the dissociation energy, the bond of the diatomic molecule will break and the atom will separate. if the energy is lower, then it will combine to form a diatomic molecule. And this energy function, this potential energy function is called Morse function. It is the Morse function, and this curve is called Morse curve. Okay. So then there must be the change in vibrational energy. In the case of simple harmonic motion, the vibrational energy only V plus half nu bar. Okay. But in this case, there is some variation due to Morse function. Then the energy, how can it be obtained? It can be obtained solving the corresponding Schrodinger equation. Then it must be equal to E of E is equal to V plus half nu E bar minus V plus half whole square nu E bar into Xe, where the nu E bar is oscillation frequency and Xe is the corresponding unharmonicity. The second term is due to unharmonic quantity. So we call it as the quantity Xe is known as unharmonicity constant. And there is another term here. I not written here. It is V plus half whole cube omega E bar Ye. Here Y is another unharmonicity constant, as this is very small comparing with Xe. So Ye is very less than Xe. Then this term is neglected. Okay. Then only two terms expressed, and this X is also small, but it is always small and positive. Okay. So I stop here. We will continue the spectra of diatomic molecule in the next class. So it is important here to remember the energy of anharmonic oscillator. It is the energy of the anharmonic oscillator, that is V plus half nu E bar minus V plus half whole square nu E bar into Xe, where Xe is the unharmonicity constant. It must be small and positive quantity. Okay. Then what change will happen here when we look at this term? Look at here. V plus half omega E bar corresponding to harmonic oscillator. We know that in the case of harmonic oscillator, the curve is a parabolic one and the energy levels are equally spaced. Okay, in the case of harmonic oscillator. Then due to this additional quantity, what happened here? The X is very small quantity, but when we increasing the quantum number, this value must increase. As X is positive quantity, then a term, a quantity will subtract from each one. Okay, then due to this quantity, when we increase the value of V, when we increase the quantum number, then there must be reduction in the energy. So when we increasing the value of V, when the value of V is very high, the difference between energy levels must be very small. Okay, then we will get a continuous spectra for large quantum number or large values of V. We will give a continuous one, or it is the corresponding principle in quantum mechanics, isn't it? For large values of quantum number, the quantum mechanical result gives classical result. Both classical and quantum mechanical must be same in for larger quantum numbers. Okay. So I stop here. We will discuss the spectra in the next session.